Hello everyone, this is Dragonfly, back in DCS world in the AV-8b Harrier, and today I'm going to do a remake of a video I did on a pre-planned JDAM strike. And the reason for that is, for those of you that have updated your beta version to DCS World 2.8 or greater, there's a new procedure for how targets are annotated on the F10 map, and I wanted to show you that along with there was another change that I'll show you in flight. And I like to do it in terms of a mission. So briefly what we're going to do is fly a previous mission again that we flew, mission number 7. This is the one we built in our mission editor tutorial series. UN inspection teams have identified a processing facility that's responsible for producing the sarin nerve gas used in the Samtriti attack, destroy the facility and any storage tanks at the site. We'll contact Warhorse, which is our Tactical Air Control Center, on COM2 frequency 267 to actually get the upload. So that's what we'll be doing, that particular mission. Let me go over to the F10 map and show you the new procedure for putting targets on the F10 map prior to a sortie that you're going to fly. Now, I'm going to mention real quick also, I used to use a trigger in the mission editor called Mark the Coalition, and that actually automated this whole process that I'm going to show you right here. But as of DCS World version 2.8, that trigger no longer works. I understand they're working on some kind of a fix, but I'm not sure how high a priority that it actually has. So it may be a while before we see Mark the Coalition come back in. Okay, well, this is the target area that we're going to be hitting. It's basically a little factory complex, and I want to put the targets in. We still use mark labels as we did previous to version 2.8, and mark labels is this little circle up here on the menu. So you select that, and I zoom in as much as I possibly can to get as accurate as I possibly can. And I'm not sure why the models don't show up in the actual sortie like they do on the mission editor, but I haven't figured out how to do that. I'm sure it's some setting. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know. But this is the chemical processing facility here. So I'll put a mark label there. And the new annotation that you have to use is hashtag uppercase T, uppercase P, and then the number of the target that you want to assign that point to. You no longer have to put in a dummy point like we used to have to before. You don't have to do that. So hashtag uppercase T, uppercase P, and then the number of the target. So that's the first target. We're going to put in 4 targets because we're going to have 4 bombs today. Let's see if I can find the second one here. Is going to be right about here. And that'll be hashtag uppercase T, uppercase P, the number 2. Okay, the chemical storage tanks, this is the north one and this is the south one. Let's see, I thought there was a label. Let's see. Show labels. There we go. That makes it a little bit better. This is the tech combine. This is the tanks. Mark label. Hashtag capital T, capital P, 3. And I come down here, select mark label, hashtag TP4. Okay, so all our targets are in. We'll go back into the airplane. We are sitting here on the Tarawa. Show you very quickly. We have 4 J-83 1,000-pound JDAMs on board, and we'll be taking off, headed towards an orbit point at waypoint 2. We'll contact the TACC, have them upload the target records to us, because I want to show you how to do it in the air. It's a little more involved than if you do it on the ground. If you do the upload on the ground, it actually assigns the target's points on the ground, but it won't do it in the air. And I'll show you that. And if you remember, the command we use to do the actual upload of the target records is right shift, right alt, and the number 8, all simultaneously. Okay? In the airplane, let's make sure that our flaps are down in the stow position. They are. In version 2.8, they also changed the neutral stabilizer trim for the Harrier to 2 degrees nose down, which is what you need for a vertical takeoff anyway. So I just leave it at that. Let's see, I'll turn that radio, turn that up, the light up. Okay, turn the water on. Okay, we're using 60 degrees nozzle, and we're all set up for a takeoff. 10 degrees on the nozzles, or 60 degrees on the nozzle stop. Parking brake is off.
Caution.
Yeah, release the brakes about 80%. Power up. Nozzles back. Start decreasing the nozzles. 120, I go ahead and get the gear and the water off. And the flaps up to the auto position. Feed the nozzles all the way to 0. Increment, waypoint increment over to waypoint 2, so that's at 0, 2, 3. Start heading that way and bring my power back below 100%. Okay, we're all trimmed up here. Okay, now we'll call Warhorse on channel 267 on COM 2. So COM 2, 267, enter.
Dragonfly, Warhorse, how copy?
Loud and clear, Warhorse, go ahead. Dragonfly, Warhorse, the target facility is located in grid Kilo Mike 97, just north of Kutaisi Air Base. He gave us the coordinates, but he's going to upload the target records. Now, I normally go over to the CAS or the recall page before I do the upload, just because I like to see it come up. You don't have to. But I'm going to go into CAS, go into recall, and now I'm going to hit that command I told you, which is right alt, right shift, the number 8. And you see all 4 records are uploaded, not assigned to any target points. To assign these records to target points, we need to go first, make sure that the asterisk is by the record that you want to work with. So for target 1, I'll go back to the CAS page, hit the use button, which activates the upfront controller. I'll press the number 1 for target 1. Enter, and you can see it came up T1. I'll go back to the recall page, and you see T1, this record has been assigned to target point T1. I'll use the arrow keys, go down to the number 2 record, go back to the CAS page, use 2, enter, back to the recall page, down 1 more record, CAS, use 3, enter, target 3, 1, 2, degree. Looks good so far. Go up down to the last record. CAS, use, 4, enter, recall. All targets have been assigned. Now, if you did that on the ground, it would automatically do all that. You wouldn't have to do this CAS and use. Okay, and looks like we're right at waypoint 2. I'm going to turn just a little bit to the right here. Start entering an orbit, and we'll keep climbing. Okay. Now, another thing I wanted to show you, another change in version 2.8, is how we get to our target points or get to our waypoints. Right now, because I put T4 in, it shows T4. But say I wanted to get back to a waypoint. You can't just increment like you used to be able to. Now you have to long press the waypoint increment button, which brings up the ODU up here, and then you select the type of point you want, whether you want a waypoint, a mark point, or a target point. In our case, let's just say we wanted a waypoint, and we wanted waypoint 3, say. Then we'll enter, and it comes up as waypoint 3 on the EHSD. But right now, we actually want to go to a target point. So let's go to target point. Let's go to that first target point, 1, enter, and there's target point 1. From here, I could increment, like if I hit the increment button, it's at target 2, which is pretty much the same area. Okay, and overturned our target area a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn back here. So that's how you can change all that. Okay, let's go ahead and fence in. Master arm on, air to ground on the HUD. And now we need to put the target information into the bomb. And also get our T-pod up. So let me get the autopilot on here so I can talk to you. First thing I'll do is bring the T-pod up. Okay, it's up. We are on T2. I want him came off of data just to declutter the EHSD. If I hit designate, it will point the T-pod towards the target area. That's the target right there. Okay. Now I need to select the bombs, J83, and put those targets in. So I'll hit targets on the ODU. It was targets 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hit targets again. We're not using 5, 6, 7, or 8. And I'll hit targets again and then just hit exit. I'll go ahead and fuse them from up here. I'm not sure if that's actually how it's actually in the airplane now or what, but they changed that too. Now it doesn't say, it just goes to dashes when you arm the bombs. Okay, we're in the auto position. The bombs are fused. We're headed toward our target point. You can see that the range arc has already started coming down almost at the target area. Okay, in range Q, text there, accuracy Q coming up, and all the points, the target points went bold. Okay, I'll show you the drop. And you got to press the pickle button for about 6 seconds. So let's see. 2. Pressing. All 4 bombs are away.
Caution, caution.
They're JDAM, so I can go ahead and turn back to the west here.
Caution, caution.
Let the bombs do their thing. Oop, pulled a little hard there. And the designation of the T-pod went away, so let's redesignate that, just so we can kind of watch here on the target area. looks like 4 hits. So now I'm going to Winchester, so I'm going to go back to V-stall, back to the tack end, and head back to the boat, 236 at 41 miles. Let's crank it over there. And again, that was the meat of the video, to show you the new procedure of how to set up your targets on the F10 map, and also how to change between waypoints and mark points and target points on the EHSD. As I said, I like to do my videos all the way back to landing, so I'm going to go back and land on the Tarawa if you want to stick around. Otherwise, I understand, and it's been great with you all joining me. Okay. T-pod. Off. E-rest. Getting a little fast here. Vertical landing. And right now we're almost at our max weight for a vertical landing, which is 20,500, so we're not going to need to dump any gas. Now let's head on down to 800 feet for our pattern altitude for the Tarawa. 2. Still about 20 miles out from the Tarawa, so I'll head pretty much right toward it. Actually, I'll head about 10 degrees behind it. Set myself up for a initial. Okay, clear that nozzle stop. Miles out. Not seeing the boat yet. And I'm going to hit the altimeter to radar just so that just see the radar altimeter rather than barometric altimeter. And there's the ship. Start slowing down to 350 knots, which is pattern airspeed. And turn on to an initial. Okay, deck looks clear. About 10 seconds past the tar while I'll do my brake. Good enough. Slight 2G descending turn down to 600 feet. So heading about 170. Gear, water, flaps, nozzles to 60, and start my turn. Descending down to try to hit a key point of a half a mile, 325 feet. And we're a little bit low. Nozzles to 82. We're bringing the witch's hat up to slow down. Start bringing the using power to control altitude, witch's hat to control speed. Go down to 120 feet. About matching speeds with the ship, and everything looks clear. Let's go ahead and start heading over to our landing area. Forward here and start coming down.
Water, water. Water, water.
Parking brake
Water,
on.
water.
Water is off. Flaps are all the way up. Nozzles back to 10 degrees in case we wanted to taxi, but we're not going to do that today. And here we are back on the Tarawa. Thanks again for joining me for this mission. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. And y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Dragonfly out.